welcome to my little corner. Today I'm going to tell you about my top 10 favorite movies. And this list was incredibly difficult to make. As surprising as it sounds, this was so hard to make because I love watching movies, and most of the movies I watch, I really enjoyed them. And it's really hard to pick my top 10 favorites. I was gonna do the top 5, but then I felt like I needed to talk about other movies as well, and I felt like I was leaving out so many other good movies that I just expanded it to top 10 favorite movies. So I managed to make the list, but it might not be like 100% true or accurate because I feel like I'm forgetting about other movies. I don't know, it was really hard to make, and just take this list as the movies I really enjoy because there's a lot of other movies that I really like and I've also watched like tons of times, but it was not on the list because I really don't know, there's too many movies out there. So yeah, let's begin. Number 10 is Final Destination. This one might sound a little bit odd. Why is Final Destination in your top 10 movies? Maybe you don't like it, I don't know. But there's like 5 movies, I believe, from this series. And I don't know, I get so drawn onto this movie. So basically, the movie is about there's like a very public place, there's tons of people in one place, sometimes there's a group of friends also, and they get into a situation where one of them gets a vision and she or he sees what's gonna happen. So he sees the future and a big tragedy and tons of people are gonna die, and then it comes back to reality and that hasn't happened yet, but then that person is so scared because of what has seen. That person gets out of that situation and tries to warn everyone to get out of there, and some people do listen to her and get out of there and survive because what they see actually happens, so they manage to survive. But all the people who were supposed to die and are now alive, death will find them and they start to die in all kinds of weird, crazy ways because you cannot escape death, and when it's your time, it's your time. So you escaped it and now death will find you. And it's really a creepy concept to talk about. Every time I talk about this movie, I get goosebumps talking about the concept of it. I don't know why, but yeah, I really enjoyed this movie and I think it's really interesting. Some deaths are really creepy, and it just comes from a movie because I don't think that will ever happen in real life. But yeah, that's my number 10. Number 9 is Monsters, Inc. I'm a sucker for animation movies. I feel like I'll always be a kid by heart, and I just love Disney movies, Pixar movies, all those animation movies. I think they are the best thing ever because nowadays it's hard to find a really good like regular movie with real people, but animation movies seem to never fail. Like, they're always good, and I think that's what I like the most about it. So yeah, I love Monsters, Inc. I don't remember when I watched it for the first time. I don't know what year it came out, the first one. I was probably a kid or a teenager. I really don't know. I just know that I watched the movie and I loved it so much. I think it's so cute. I really don't have any explanation to why I love this movie or what about it just makes me like it. I just really like it, and there you go. That's all. And fairly recently, Monsters University came out, and it was also so good. I remember one time, like a month ago or a few weeks ago, I was at IKEA and I was having lunch with my husband at IKEA, and from where we were I could look down and there was like a screen made for kids probably, and Monsters University was playing, and I was pretty much eating my lunch watching the movie. And number 8 on my list is Toy Story. I don't know how you cannot love Toy Story, like all of them, and I think it's just a cute story, and you know, all the toys coming alive and then they get into all those adventures. I just love this movie. I really don't have any explanation to why I like these animation movies. It's just like I watch it, I love it, and now it's on my top 10 favorite movies. So yeah, I just really love it. I even played I don't know which one, for the PSP. I had a Toy Story game. It was actually my sister's, but I actually finished the game. Number 7 on the list is Home Alone. So this movie is a classic, is a Christmas classic, and I just love to watch this movie every Christmas, especially because I don't know about the States, but in Portugal, every Christmas, around the Christmas time, they air this movie on TV, and I'm just so happy because I get to watch this movie again. It's like nobody cares about it, and then Christmas is almost mandatory to watch this movie at Christmas, you know. I don't know. But that fourth and 5, they made with another kid. I don't know why they did that. I think that's just awful. I don't like it. I don't know who actually likes the 4th, and I don't know if there's a 5th Home Alone with the other kid. I don't know what's the point. It's not even funny. It's not a good movie at all. And I think they just try to milk it as much as they could, but it just did not work out at all. So yeah, 2 movies, Home Alone 1 and 2, those are with the kid we know about. I don't remember the actor's name, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I really love the movie. It's a great movie, and I think it's fair to say that it should be on the top 10 movies. Number 6 on the list is Big Hero 6, and yes, another animation movie, but you cannot blame me because animation is so good. Big Hero 6 is just an unexpected movie that came out of nowhere, and that movie was so good, and Baymax is so adorable. And I'm so happy to know that there's going to be a second one. I hope these are not false rumors and is really true. There's going to be a second one, and I'm so excited to watch that one. I heard the rumors of the second movie being that Tadashi did not die and he's coming back on the second one, but I don't know if he's coming back as like the villain. I really don't know. I just know that at the end of the movie they kind of left it as it could be the end right here, or it can mean that it's not and something else. I don't want to say how the movie ended because there might be people here that did not watch it, and you totally should. It was an ending that you can interpret it in like 2 different ways. So yeah, you really should watch Big Hero 6. It's really good. Number 5 on the list is Zootopia, and I promise this is the last animation movie on my list. Okay, this is the last one. So Zootopia is a new movie. It came out this year. I watched it in the theater, and I was just like, this movie was so good, and I think that movie teaches us so many good lessons, and I think it's just such a good movie also for kids to watch because they can learn a lot of things about life through that movie, and it's so much fun to watch. And then this is about this bunny that has a dream of becoming a policeman, and everyone tells the bunny that you cannot become a policeman because you're too small, and bunnies don't get that kind of jobs. Bunnies stay in the farm with their hundreds and hundreds of family members, and they just farm carrots and sell carrots and stuff like that. So it's like telling you that you have that dream and everyone tells you that you cannot follow that dream, it's impossible for you, you cannot do that. But the bunny doesn't listen to anyone, and the bunny works really, really hard and becomes a policeman. So yeah, and there's tons of other lessons in that movie, and I think it's just so great. And of course there's a lot of twists and turns in that movie, and of course I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't want to spoil anything about the movie. I just want to let you know that you should really watch it. Number 4 on the list is Suicide Squad. So another movie that just came out this year, not so long ago, and I don't know, I never read comic books. I never heard of most of the characters in the movie. Of course I know about the Joker because that's part of Batman, but I thought Batman was part of Marvel. But now this movie is DC Comics, so I really don't know how that works. But okay, I watched this movie in the theater and I was like blown away. Like I was like, that movie was so awesome, and I was telling everyone I know to go watch that movie because like you really need to watch it because it's that good. And I was so in love with the movie, and I just could not understand all the bad reviews the movie got. Before I watched the movie, there was like everyone was talking bad about it, like the people who do reviews and Rotten Tomatoes and all that stuff, saying the movie sucked. And after watching the movie, I was like, what is wrong with all these people? The movie was so awesome. I don't know. I just really loved the movie. I heard that the script was very rushed, and like the movie was made and everything was very rushed to make, and that's why there's a lot of like plot holes and stuff that are not clear in the movie. But nevertheless, I think it's an amazing movie. It's really good. Like I always watch all those superhero movies, Superman, Batman, they just keep coming out. I don't know how they create more and more of that story. They just keep coming out. I watch all of them, but none of those superhero movies actually become like my favorites. Like I don't watch any of those movies more than one time. I watched it one time, yeah, it was cool and all, but that's it. But Suicide Squad is like the bomb. I really, really like it, and I watched it in the theaters, and I watched it again already at home, and I'm sure I'm gonna watch it a lot more times because it is really good. So it's about like this group of people, and they're like crazy people, super dangerous people, and they're like in the most like protected prison, like that's only made for them. And then suddenly there's this witch, and the witch is like trying to destroy the world, and because she wants the world for her. And well, pretty much like the bad guy comes up, and then there's Superman is not available, Batman is not available, so there's nobody else to save us from that besides getting that group of super dangerous people, get them out there to protect the world. and yeah, it's like a weird but super interesting concept, and I love Harley Quinn's role. I think Margot Robbie did an amazing job playing Harley Quinn, and the Joker, the new Joker, Jared Leto, I think he was amazing. You gotta watch it, it's amazing. Number 3 on the list is The Maze Runner. Okay, so I've talked about this in my last video because I bought a new Maze Runner book, and I might repeat myself in here, but okay. The Maze Runner is my third favorite movie, but I'm only talking about the first Maze Runner movie. So I watched the Maze Runner, the movie, and I loved the movie so much it made me read the books, because I didn't know about those books, and after watching the movie I found the books and I was like, okay, I want to read this because this is really cool. So I bought the first book, and the book is amazing. It's really amazing. And the movie follows the book for the most part. So there's like a few parts of it that would be cool to be in the movie but was not in the movie, and that's okay because they always do that. They never follow the book 100%. So yeah, I was happy that for the most part it followed the book, and it was really great. And then I read the second book, and the movie came out like a short while after I read the second book. And the second book was so amazing, like really awesome, and there was so many amazing things that you're reading and then you're imagining it in your head, and then it like in your head it looks so amazing, and then like the movie is coming out and you're so excited because you want to see everything that you imagined come to life, and nothing happened. Everything that was on the book, nothing happened in the movie. So the second movie and the second book are like two different stories. I don't know why they did that. That should be a crime. How can you say something is based on a book, but there's not only the name of the characters are from the book? They just completely took a U-turn over there and just never mind the book. I also read the third book, and I think the movie's coming out next year. I'm not sure, but since the second one already took a U-turn and is like way far away from the book, I'm pretty sure the third one is not coming back. I'm pretty sure it's just going more away from the book. I really don't know what's gonna happen. It just makes me really sad that it did not follow the books. If you read the books, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about and how I feel, because the books are amazing. So yeah, the second one, not on my list at all, but the first one, I really love it, and it also because that movie made me read the books, so it's great. The second movie on my list is The Fault in Our Stars. So that's number 2, and The Fault in Our Stars, I don't know, maybe it's a really cheesy, or I don't know. My husband says the movie is not all that for it to be my second favorite movie of all time. It's just, I watched that movie lots of time. I lost track of how many times I watched that movie. I just love the movie so much. I only recently read the book, and I think it's one of the very few times where the book and the movie are like the same, you know. The Fault in Our Stars is about cancer. There's a girl who has lung cancer, and she has to carry like a bottle of oxygen always with the, I don't know the terms, guys, okay, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, pretty much her lungs do not work as they're supposed to, and she goes through chemo, and she also tried like all kinds of stuff, but she's surviving and she's just living. And then she meets this guy who had cancer, but now he's cancer free, and then it's just a love story just develops from there. And I don't know, I think it's a cute love story, but the movie takes so many really sad turns and so many sad things happen in the movie. The ending of the movie is so sad. I watched the movie so many times, but every single time I watch it, I cry. Even though I already know what's gonna happen. I know that's gonna happen, but I just cannot help it. And I cry again and again and again. I think The Fault in Our Stars is an amazing movie, and it's a great love story. It's just that kind of movie that, you know, it's like it speaks to you. You know, it speaks to your heart, and you just love it. You sincerely love the movie. The top favorite movie, the first movie that's on my list, number one, everyone should know by now, it's no surprise, Harry Potter, of course, is my number one movie, best movie of all time. Okay, no matter what you say, best movie of all time. Of course, I'm not gonna be like my number one is Harry Potter and this, and the second one is Harry Potter and that. No. All Harry Potter movies are simply considered as one. It's just it's like one really long story divided into movies. So all the movies, I don't have a favorite. All of them are, I take them as one, and it's my favorite movie of all time, and everyone knows this. I just love Harry Potter, and if you don't like Harry Potter, I don't know what's wrong with you. That is my list, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we have some movies in common, and I would love to know which movies are your favorite. Just give me like your top 3, top 5, top 10, or just your one favorite movie that you love the most. And I would love to know about that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe, because I will see you next Monday. Bye bye, guys.